His dad said he could go live.
Yeah. Where does it say that, Dr. Bob?
925, okay, my bad or dad. I don't know if he spelled it what it is.
I said I need to ask his Uncle Mark first. How you going, Sarge?
Good. How about y'all?
Sarge.
Oh, yeah. The left half of me's pretty good. Don't ask what the right half's doing, all right? I've got no idea.
Monkey
How you
bud.
going?
Howdy.
Going in your neck of the woods.
I just now got home. Been gone all day.
Long day, eh?
Yeah. Driving in the sleet and fog all day.
Sounds like fun.
Yeah.
We'll see about 5 minutes of that in Adelaide Hills.
Is it Shaylee?
Brooklyn, isn't it?
Sarge, you were
Yeah,
high
Brooklyn.
tension.
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Yeah. What's Eva doing?
Oh, she's giggling.
Yeah. Got a dog up my face. A wet dog at that on my bed.
Nice.
I
If
come
it's
in
not a
here.
monkey butt, it's a doggy butt.
Yeah, it's always a butt.
Mm-hmm.
I come in here so that Ida could watch her show and be quiet. I get attacked by all the animals.
So, Robbo,
Yeah.
you reckon I should come across the face on that first, or what?
No, do them the way you normally do it. Just do plunge cuts to get the high spot out of it. All right. Don't try and work your way up the side too much.
All right.
So put your tool rest across the face of it, and then just come in half an inch at a time, sort of thing, and cut down towards the centre. Do you remember how to do plunge cuts, do you?
Oh, I'm sure I'll get it eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was playing today in my shop with StreamYard up on my private channel to see what it would be like, but it was like 9 degrees outside, and I thought with my torpedo heater it would drown it out. Didn't. My headset worked well, my wireless one. Couldn't hear the heater. You could see the flames in it though. The only problem I had is the piece of wood I wanted to play with to make a plate kind of was cold, and I hit the center of it, and I had like half an inch, 3/4 of an inch to go, and it kind of broke because it was frozen. Got a problem I got to work out there.
Howdy, Minnie.
Yeah, that's the right thing. Just start from the outside edge though, Jay, and work in towards the centre. Just work straight towards the headstock. Don't try and traverse the piece at all. It saves a lot of shock on your hands. I'm very well, thanks, Marley. Yourself?
I'm cold.
I finally warmed up after being cold all day.
Oh, we have a beautiful day over here. At the moment, it's about
Oh,
24
shut up.
degrees.
I don't want to
Sun-
hear about it.
Sun's shining, clear blue skies.
We had sunshine, clear blue sky, but that means cold.
Well, it was a bit cool this morning, I must admit. We came very close to a frost overnight, I think.
Frost overnight.
Oh, we only get about 4 or 5 frosts a year here. Because we live in a sensible place.
Sensible place. Ah! What a lie.
Dadgummit, Robo. I just took my boots off.
Oh, I wonder what the smell. I mean,
I was talking about all that stuff you keep throwing out.
no, you need wellies for that.
Yeah,
Gum boots.
right. I need hip waders.
Yeah, well, yeah, that might even be better actually.
Yeah, then I can
The-
step in bigger piles and not get my feet dirty.
Yeah, or better still, the ones that come right up underneath your armpit, you know.
Yeah, as long as I got the suspenders
Yeah,
raised up.
Galluses, as my grandfather would call them. Where they got the name, I don't know.
where the bloke used to go fly fishing and had a pair of waders like that, and he slipped on a rock one day and fell in, and they got full of water, and it was the funniest thing you've ever seen trying to get them off so that we could get him out, you know.
Hello, Lewis.
G'day, Lewis.
Hello, Louis. Is it Klondike?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Klondike is Lewis.
How you going, Lewis?
Yeah, I'm not watching the screen since I don't know, maybe I shouldn't even be here because I'm just playing games and trying to be social.
oh, we like you being here, Eva.
I
Oh.
know.
Marley said it was cold where he's at, -1 Celsius. We got that one.
Why don't I have a pet out?
What you do? Lock him in the bathroom again?
Apparently. Well, I'm a hunter in this game, so you need to have a pet to make some damage.
There you go, Robo. Your buddy's in.
Sorry, what's that?
I said your buddy's in the chat.
Yeah. Hello, you handsome devil, you.
Oh my god, Robo, what did you just see?
I'm going pretty well, actually, Lewis. Who couldn't be going well on a day like today? As I said, it's a beautiful day. Not too hot, not too cold.
It was actually warm in the sun here. So it was really warm in daytime, but now the sun is gone, so now it's cold.
How much daylight hours do you have there at the moment, Eva?
Oh, it's actually starting to turn. So now we have until 3, 4 in the afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It start to change your watch again. So
Yeah, that's another joke in itself.
Yeah, personally, I like daylight savings time, but I wish they'd move the clocks forward 3 hours and just leave them there.
Yeah, right.
yeah, but you
I mean,
used that everything is dark around 3 o'clock, half past 3 maybe, and so now it starts to be light until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So now you get a bit screwed in your body watch.
Yeah.
yeah, Lewis, as far as work goes, I get anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day. If that's what you're after.
Jay's going all right, except he's got a swollen face, or half of his face is swollen at the moment. He says he's having an allergic reaction, but I think Amber probably clocked him one.
Yeah, it's called defecation of the mouth, and she cleaned it up.
Klondike. Lewis says no question.
Yeah, and then after that, I had a meeting at the VFW, so that was another hour. There you go, Robo. Your buddy's asking you a question.
Dark wants to know that when turning an 8-foot pen, is there a good way to put the blank between centres? Yes, very carefully.
Hello, Dark. By the way, I didn't see you come, but hello.
That's
I
what.
think Rob, I might have a place for you to put that pen
Yeah,
somewhere else. Dark.
and rest assured, Dark, I'd make it fit. Go on, why don't you finish the insult and ask whether I turn it all with carbides or not? And he says to you, Cat, hi, Cat Love, good to see you, darling.
Oh,
He's a smooth talking devil, isn't he?
yeah,
Yeah.
he is.
Oh, I know that Dark. It'd be very dark. It'd be a very dismal day if you didn't pick on me.
Oh, It's cold. I'm freezing. Sometimes I have to put these on me.
Oh, there's one thing about it, Eva. Your teeth can't chatter.
Oh, you don't even see them now because I'm trying my best to not show you.
That's what I mean. You haven't got any there, so
Yeah, you can't see them. Yeah, you
no.
might think that it's normal for me to look like this. But usually, well, oh, so nice. These are common for guys that do mechanical work, isn't it?
Some.
Yeah, they are fairly thin, so
Mm.
they're for fine tuning, but they are too rough to game with. Otherwise, I would have had them on because it's so bloody cold.
We'll put your fingerless gloves on.
Oh, they are not ready yet.
Not
I
ready.
just
You started working on
no.
those 6 months ago.
Yeah, exactly, and I have one, and I don't even know where it is at the moment. Oh,
I,
shut
th-
up with your little fingers.
I thought you would have had big fur-lined mittens. Actually,
Well, I do have my own made mittens with the sheep fur in it.
Jay, Marley wants to know what Mark said.
He hasn't replied.
I do a little dance and I keep them warm.
He hasn't replied, Marley. He hasn't even seen the message, so maybe he's asleep. If you send him a message, he might reply quicker.
You just watch where you don't take too much out of there, Jay. Yeah, right here. Yeah, well, you can get rid of that by the turning or by the shaping of it.
That was the only reason I started doing that again because that was too high.
Yeah,
You know, it's getting more shape on this side here than what it was getting there.
yeah.
Ah, perfect. I'm going to the ladies' room. Be right back.
Jawohl.
You enjoy yourself, Eva. No, that plunge cut's very handy for things like that. It doesn't shake your body around as much, and it's kinder on the tools and the rests and everything. Maybe it's time for a chisel sharpen. Dark says that he thinks Cat's calling for help. See the SOS?
I put the link in the chat, Doc. What are you still doing typing?
I use an 8-inch grinder, normal speed grinder with a C-bend wheel on it.
What was that?
Dark's asked what I use to sharpen your tools, or sharpen my tools. He's also said he's moving his files. Once I get that done, he'll pop in. Yes, I use a jig as well. I use Tormek jigs on a one-way system.
Hello, I'm back. Actually put a long sleeve shirt on me. Hello, cat.
Like Sarge is back too.
Yeah, I had to go put my clothes up and take off some of my long johns and stuff.
Are you taking your clothes off?
I already did.
I'm taking my clothes on.
Is that all you heard, Eva?
Of course. And,
Um,
and women say that we got selective hearing. Go ahead, Robo. It's yours.
yeah, Dark. I personally don't like the Robert Sorby belt sander. It puts a flat grind on instead of a hollow grind or a concave grind, and I have a great deal of trouble feeling when the cut starts. So it's just personal preference. I like a C-band wheel. I've put a link up there to a video. That's my workshop. If you ever wander around that at the last, well,
Darling kitty cat, can you please go down? Because I want to see my screen. And you are a large cat. So please, darling.
if you click on that link, Dark, that's the workshop tour of my workshop,
Earthquake.
and the last the last couple of minutes will show you my grinders and where I sharpen everything. Oh, right, sorry. Yeah, I got the Tormek. The Tormek, the only thing I use the Tormek for is when I go away for demonstrations and things. I have a separate set of chisels for that. Because I do sharpen slightly different on the Tormek than I do on a big grinder. So, and it's nice and compact.
Dun dun dun. So, oh, that same blackwood again. Yeah, you said so. Looks nice. It has some nice grains. It's both small and it's both bigger.
Yes, it's interesting, that's for sure. It's got lots of light and dark mixing with each other.
I had a friend that sharpened his tools like that for years. Dark.
I'm not freezing anymore. I'm feeling a lot better. Yeah, licking those handles is gonna get you food, isn't it? You are so stupid, you know that. Oh,
I don't think I am.
oh, it wasn't you I were talking about.
Hey, Dark, I've got no idea what it is, to be honest. I got it from Robbo, that's all I know.
That's a what's called a true grind.
There you go.
That's a knockoff of the Canadian.
No, the Canadian one was a knockoff of it. The true grind has been around for probably 20 years or so.
Now.
Oh, didn't know
You
that.
need a pair of
Yeah.
need some boxing gloves, you two, or what?
And in fact, the true grind was a knockoff of another one called the Uni Jig, which has been around for over 30 years. So,
Kind of public domain now.
well, it's no longer made actually.
I have the one way, and I like it. And I've picked up 3 of their jigs, so I have them preset at the angles that I want to sharpen at, and that comes in awfully handy. And
Yeah,
I got them in a yard sale. A woman had no idea what they were, and I picked 2 of them. I already had one. When I saw them, I asked her how much, and she said, "Don't know what they're for." It was in part of the junk my husband brought home when his place closed. And I said, "Give me a price." She said, "Oh, how about $5 for the 2 of them?" It was sold right then and there.
Ned Kelly lives. No, the only reason I got jigs to sharpen the tools was I go through, like on some of our jobs, we're sharpening every 17 to 30 seconds. So I'll have 4 or 5 tools of the same sort lined up. And I could sharpen them all right, but when I had the girls working for me, they couldn't sharpen them. So I set up the jig so that they could keep them sharp for me as I was working.
When I was teaching at the tech shop turning, we'd get the tools in, and we used to get cheap ones, Harbor Freight or similar, because the people would just grind the ever loving out of them from one turner to the next turner over and over again, changing angles. So you buy cheap, or they bring their own. When I took over, I made sure we had the one way. And when I was teaching, I would teach them how to use it to get the angle that's needed for it. And went and used a wood burning kit, a pyrography pen, and wrote the angle right on the wooden handle. So as they knew what to set it at when I wasn't around. And they lasted a lot longer, even though they're the cheapest. But for a beginner, they work just as well, long as you got the right angle and you learn how to use them.
Well, that's the other reason. Like I've had three people that I could not teach to freehand sharpen in a fit. They just didn't have the feel in their hands to do it. Because most beginners don't know what angles to start with, so
Yeah, I I still have a ton of the old cheapy stuff hanging around, probably 15, 20 tools uh, in a box. After they closed the tech shop, they told me, they said, "Now they're all yours, take them." So got that in a second grinder and odds and ends like that. But when I have someone over pre-COVID, those are the only ones I'd let them use. And now we got COVID. I've got them loaned out along with two of my lathes to people.
now what I tend to do is I tend to freehand sharpen and then set the jig to what I've ground it to. I have certain requirements when I use tools.
Oh yeah, my grandfather was just like that. He was an SOB. He had them numbered for me so I could remember on a notebook what they had to be sharpened at. And they were always sharpened on wet stones, 4 stones.
Yeah,
I couldn't use a grinder was beyond my background. But I also did his carving chisels and stuff like that because he did a lot of that in the work that he did. He wasn't just a turner, but he used to do a lot of spiral work and fancy chair work. And
Can you lie down, please? It's not gonna happen. Are you the cutest one? He puts his paws on me when he wants something. Are we gonna dance? Are we gonna dance? Da 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 da. Oh, you're so good. Mm. Mm. Oh, don't press it. Oops.
Broke.
Why
you
yeah.
warmed up yet, Sarge?
Yes, I'm warmed up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, motherfucker. Where is it there?
Dark's backstage, Joe, if you're
Who's in
there.
the Outback?
Hello.
And Marley says he's going to bed.
Night night, Marley.
Night, Marley.
I think Joe's probably gone inside to get a bit of relief for his face or something.
Oh, you. Can you lie down, please?
No, he was having issues when he was moving the camera around.
Mm. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Yes, he was such a good boy.
So what's your next scrolling project, Sarge?
Let's see. Gotta finish cutting out my letters for my sign, and I think I got some just oddball stuff I'd like to try to cut. Oh, there's a clock out there I need to go cut, so I can have one for my shop and one that my wife can sell.
In my warehouse.
Yeah, I've got. Oh, somebody gave me a clock mechanisms. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you buy at the craft stores,
Right.
the hands, but this one had just the hands, and what they wanted it to make the clock, they were going to cut the numbers out and put them in. So I turned that out for them in January sometime, but they didn't get one with a long. They got a real short shank on it, or whatever you call it, the post,
Right. Yep.
and it was way too short.
You couldn't hollow out the backside.
Oh, it was paper thin.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's it's easier to put washers on the backside than it is to try to give it any stability when they're sometimes really thin, like go through cardboard or plastic or masonite, something real thin. You know,
Right.
the type of stuff that beginning scrollers would use, eighth
Yep.
inch wood.
You can't lie down on my F
So I
keys.
told her and I showed her the problem, and she said, "Well, I'll take care of that." And she came back with one of each size that they had, and she says, "Whatever you don't need for mine, keep." So I got like 5 of them out there.
Right.
I used to buy them in boxes of 100. We used to do a lot of clocks. I can honestly say that I pretty well have a clock in every country in the world.
Do you have a trademark for your work?
Now,
Here's all your preacher.
Sit here.
no, I just used to put my name and phone number on the back. That was all.
Oh, about 15 years ago or so, here the big thing was that we had a company here in Michigan that would make you a pyrography system torch and logo, and it would heat it like wood burning, but it would burn your logo in.
Yeah, branding on.
That branding iron, yeah. And it was interesting. And now I haven't seen them advertised as much as they used to, but they gave clubs a discount. And
He's had an allergic reaction or something to something, and half his face was swollen up, so it's a bit lopsided.
Was it droopy lopsided or was it swollen lopsided?
No, swollen lopsided. I believe he sent me a message early this morning saying that he can't talk very well or anything at the moment.
Because if it's droopy lopsided,
Oh yeah,
slight chance of maybe having a stroke. But
well
I mean,
that's
and I'm not making light of nothing.
no, no. My father suffered a stroke. That was enough.
Jay, half
Ended
his
up killing
face
him.
is swollen, so he's having a possible allergic reaction to something.
yeah,
Yeah,
He was
he's not
saying
quite sure what
earlier
it is.
it went all the way down the side of his body.
Yeah,
That's what made me, when I first heard of it, think of stroke if it goes all the way down half your body.
Right. And I think especially on the left side
yeah.
is the most common.
Yeah. Except in this case, he was bit on the left side.
Mm,
So
right.
it's odd how the body works backwards that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, my father had 3 strokes before he died.
My father only had one. It took 3 years for him to die.
Now, these
And
were
if it had
petty.
been if it had been legal in Australia to shoot somebody, I would have. No, he would have wanted it. I tell you, you could see that the
Oh
lights.
yeah. I bet.
You could see that the lights were on, but he just couldn't express himself or anything else, and it must have been killing him because he was an excellent speaker and everything else, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how my father was the last year and a half of his life. The
Now
thing
the
is, you
funeral
could
director.
tell looking at him. He was paying attention. He knew what you were talking about, but he just
Yep,
couldn't express it.
and the funeral director said it's the happiest funeral they've ever been to because we were cracking jokes and everything. Like there was 4 of us boys, we're all brothers, and mum, and some very close friends and that. So was a laugh a minute. I know that sounds terrible at a funeral, but it was.
Doesn't feel
Some
bad.
funerals are more of a celebration of what they did in their life, what the deceased
Ah,
did in their life, instead of just being sappy. I mean,
yep,
I used to drive limos as a second job out in California, and a lot of what I did, one of the things I did was a lot of funerals, and sometimes I think those funerals were more upbeat than some of the weddings I took people to.
yep, yeah. Like one of Dad's friends who's still alive virtually went right from his childhood through, and the pranks that they used to get up to as teenagers and that, you know. And I always thought my old man was a pretty staid sort of a fella.
Yeah, boy, do we find out stuff when they get older.
But one of the things I did was all country towns, are probably the same in America, have a country dance at least once a month, you know, like where all the townsfolk, the people from around surrounding districts all come in and have a good time with a band and dance, and they all bring along a plate full of supper and stuff like that. They're really fantastic.
Yeah, potluck.
Country women can really cook. Anyway, they threw 3 chooks into the hall and created absolute pandemonium.
Yeah, after people like that, like my idol, my grandfather, he was a bootlegger. And I didn't know it until, well, probably 20 years after he died.
Yeah,
Uh, illegal as can be. And during Prohibition, he was had a still going, and he was a neighborhood bootlegger. It was in his shop.
he probably made more money at that than woodwork, I tell you.
Yeah, because he most of his stuff was done for the Masonic Lodge, building of it, and all the fancy carving and wood turning for all the chairs and spirals that they did split spirals,
Hello,
wood
Ida.
turnings.
They said hello because I turned and I keep forgetting that your camera's right there.
Hi, Ida.
Cat says hi too. and Dr. Bob and
Yeah.
Robo. And like I said, Jay's trying to figure out what's going on with himself.
Anyway, that's where I figured I wanted gumbo because of her.
You want a gumbo now?
No, that's what we had for dinner.
Oh, nice. Oh, Jay's back.
Well, maybe
Oh,
not.
he went off. Cam.
Came on, but then his
I
camera.
think that's me done.
You all right, Jay, or not?
No, I'm done. I can't.
All right.
I need to wear my dust mask. And I can't.
Yeah.
If I heard
Now
something.
that you speaking of that, that's exactly what it could be. You could be having an allergic reaction to the blackwood, and there's a lot of people that have it. I've got friends that can't come near my workshop for a fortnight after I've stopped turning it because they just swell up, and I'm just wondering if that's what it is.
Well, I'll stay away from it, and we'll find out.
Yeah. No, it could well be. A lot of people have a lot of reaction to blackwood.
Who's that?
Yeah, it's getting worse.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably what it is, and it's an allergic reaction to the blackwood.
Let's hope it's the blackwood at least, so then you have a reason for it and know that you need to stay away from it.
Yeah.
My
Is it
tongue
just
hasn't
coming
started
off?
swelling yet, so
Coming
Sorry,
off
what?
Yes.
Sorry, just hold on a minute. Sorry, Jay, what did you say?
I said my tongue hasn't started swelling yet. But
Yeah, I'd say it's a reaction. Yeah, Dark's backstage too, but I don't know if you're closing down or what's happening. But
no, he must have left.
but what I would do is I'd get Amber to clean up in there and vacuum the place, because even the dust will upset you if you walk into it, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to make one like that.
Okay. Yeah,
All right.
Dark must have left because he's not backstage.
Oh yeah, rightio. Oh, you only just put the message in actually. Yeah, I agree. Either that he needs to take care of himself because there's nothing
Yeah.
worse. And Chris has just come in. Chris has just come in as well. He come in come right in on the tail end. But I'd hazard a guess and say that's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
It's just weird that it didn't affect me until I got up this morning.
Yeah, oh, well, delayed reaction.
Yeah.
That's me.
Well,
Delayed reaction. Yeah,
sometimes stuff like that has to fester for a while before it shows itself.
Yeah.
Well, if you can't do it tomorrow, maybe Robo could host the get together. And give us all a lecture on what we're doing wrong on the lathe.
Yeah. I don't have.
I haven't got it.
That's what I'm doing wrong.
I haven't got enough time.
Chris says take some Benadryl if you can. Jay. Lewis says sometimes it takes a while.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
we'll be
that's
with you.
that's what happened to friends of ours, like or friends of mine. They turned blackwood for probably weeks, and then it was a couple of months later they just built up a bad reaction to it.
Dark is back again. He's a jumping jack flash. It's not easy to know with allergies. It can suddenly just appears.
Yeah.
I've been in stables a lot, and suddenly in one place I got a reaction to their hay. Every time
Yep.
I was in it, I got itchy around my mouth.
But you want to stop rolling in the hay, Eva.
Well, what a girl gonna do in the stables, you know?
Yeah, I've heard all about you, I reckon.
Don't do that. I can't laugh. I look like a butler.
That's even funnier. So what's
Well,
everyone else up to then?
I was diagnosed when I was young with a serious allergy as a teenager. I was allergic to work,
Two.
any kind
What?
of work.
Oh,
Is
that's
that
any teenager, unless they
no?
really want something.
Mine developed over 60 years of being allergic to work.
Come
And
on,
Dark
kid,
saying,
let me in.
Jay, Dark's in the background begging. I can see him down on his knees. Let me in.
Put
If I knew how
me
to,
in.
if I knew how to take a screenshot, I'd take a screenshot where it only says that Jay, Eva, Dr. Bob, Robbo, and Clark are in the background. So unless Dark wants to, he's in someone else's room waiting. That could be a bit scary, eh?
Oh, could be.
It would be so dark.
Dark matter.
Oh, come on, Dark. What live are you behind?
Yeah.
Maybe he's at Charles's.
Well, Jay's put the link up there, so it should be here by now. We're waiting, Dark. He doesn't know what's wrong.
What's new?
Says I'm waiting.
So
Not-
it's definitely operator error.
Oh, it has to be.
It's the monkey at the keyboard, and it ain't this one.
Has to be.
I'll put it in the YouTube chat too. Dark. I'll put it in the YouTube chat, Dark. See if that works any better.
You put them in both.
Yeah.
Or maybe the StreamYard one was having a bit of a ninny, you know?
Well, I saw it.
I was going to say it's in the comments and it's on the.
It's on YouTube as well.
Maybe it's the problem is between his ears and his eyes.
Maybe Dark
already
deleted
knew
too
that.
many.
Too many
Maybe
brain cells.
No, maybe Dark moved too many files before when he was mucking around. And the computer's chucking a wobbly now. It says he's backstage.
Chasing the chorus girls around in his mind.
I'm surprised that ain't happened to Chardon's horses.
Too much information, Doc. Said they were video files.
Somebody must have gotten in his computer and seen that he had the wrong files in there. Made
Yeah,
him delete them.
trying to hide them. Ah, here he is.
Hang on, Doc.
He's muted himself. That was really good English. Is he muted himself? Ha ha!
Hey, Effie.
Hello, Effie.
Hang on, Effie.
Am I muted? You can't hear me?
No, we can't.
Now.
No, we
No,
can't.
we can't hear you.
No.
I forgot to click the button that says enter studio.
I
That's
told
why
you
it's
it was a
crying
user
with
error.
me.
Is that thing around your head too tight, Doc? Maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, bandana guy.
What's going on here?
Here we sit with our Princess Leia headphones. All of us.
There we go.
No, just Sarge.
I could put this a bit straighter. Nobody cares.
And get your wife to paint some plaits on them, Sarge.
Yeah, Sergeant's definitely got the most fashionable headphones, that's for sure.
Mine are new.
The color of money.
I'll
had
just
to
put
guess-
this on there.
And a
I had to
gamer
guess.
would know that name.
Oh,
I was just gonna say if I had to guess, I would guess they were gaming headphones.
Yeah, they
So
are.
dark. How far have you come? Oh, look at that.
yeah.
You've been working all right.
Yeah, well, right now, I'm just trying to send out the stem
Oh,
up,
it's roses.
the
Is that
stem
what
up
Yeah,
here.
it's a long stem rose.
Oh, that is awesome.
Trying to send this stem out. I've been contemplating this part here, and I know Rob wants me to leave it disconnected, but I think if I do, it'll be too.
No, it will hold. It will hold. You just need to do it last, so you don't break it when you're making it.
Put
Yeah.
some resin on it, Doc.
Yeah, you know, you're making a joke, son.
I was
But-
taking a chance, you know.
Let me tell you something, there, buddy. I'm contemplating after I'm done with it. I'm going to paint it with wood hardener.
Yep.
And wood. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's like a resin.
Okay.
You get a bit of clearer coat of paint.
Oh,
Like
you
a
know.
Okay, that was not a good answer.
I'm torn. I'm really torn about it because I really love the color of the wood itself, just by itself. At the same time, you know, it's a rose. It's supposed to look like a rose.
Yeah, you did a good job there, Doc.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
But it's looking great.
Hey there, pretty girl sitting there beside Sarge. How you doing? She's like, oh man. Robbo has the same effect when I talk to him that way.
Say hi.
Oh,
Oh, say hi.
Can't whistle. Can't whistle.
I would if I could.
Yeah, exactly.
Wrong
Doesn't
shirt,
work.
bud.
Oh, the doggy butt.
He's a brat. Banana boy. Banana boy.
Yeah, Jay probably can't whistle at the moment.
Nah,
Right.
that's it. Bloody
But
hell.
I can't
Torture.
whistle either.
I
Oh,
used to be able to back in the day.
sorry. Sorry, guys.
Bless you.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
Oh, that was a needed
In the
sneeze.
name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Sneeze.
Holy macaroni.
Eva, I know you do leather, but you're planning on doing wood too, right?
Well, I wanna, and I'm a wannabe wood person.
Is that
Well,
going to be your turning name?
I tell you what, I've never carved leather, but I'm guessing that there's a big difference between the two. So
Yeah, you somewhat keep your knife both dull and sharper at the same time.
no, you keep your knife sharp on. You don't want to get cut by a dull knife.
What I meant, Dark, was when you're cutting leather, you're kind of sharpening it at the same time as you're
Oh, I
making
see.
it dull because
Yeah.
of the material you're carving. But you can cut and do formation in leather. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was misjudged. I thought you were talking you for wood. You kept your knives dull and sharp.
No. I keep
And
them sharp for everything.
yeah.
Happiness is a sharp tool.
Because otherwise you get cut.
Now that I got the camera, I can. They come in this little package,
Can I
and
see
then
them? Oh,
Good day, Robert.
them are nice ones. Them are nice.
Hello, Robert.
Are them the minis?
yes,
How you going, Robert?
I got
And
upset.
and Harry.
Hi, Hodge. Hi, Harry.
Buddy.
Hi, Harrietta.
Harrietta.
Yeah, I forget the he gave her a Swedish name. I can't remember it.
It's not Swedish.
Svetlana. That's Russian.
We come to the conclusion that she's from Russia, lives in Sweden, and she turned out to be a mail order for Harry. Hello, Hodge again.
Harry's such a pimp. See, I got these ones here. I don't know if they're the same kind or not. I got more of
they
them,
are. I think they are.
but they got the real little itty bitty.
Yeah, I got some.
We're talking itty bitty. Oh yeah, I got some. Them are more like the ones I use, like this one.
Yeah. I have that too. I have smaller ones too.
See,
I can.
I don't know if you can see the difference in that. The damn thing's so small you can't even see it on the camera. So there you go.
Those are smaller than mine.
Yeah,
but I have some crooked that's.
You're gonna like them though. I use some. These ones here, probably 99% of the time I'm carving.
That's one a little teeny bitty bit.
They look like bloody worn out wood turning tools.
They do, don't they?
They're used for turning pins.
Yeah.
Are you going to turn pants with them, or what did you say?
No.
Oh, those are tools to use for turning
pins. That's yours, Sarge. You can stick it where it fits.
Eva. The next tools you'll want are these. These are diamond coated riffler files. And
I
they're
have
great.
diamond files, but they are so coarse, so I hate them.
You can get them cheap on Amazon for like I think $10. Somewhere in that area, $10-15, and they're just awesome for getting in them little places and sanding that you can't normally get into with sandpaper.
What do you actually call a package of those? So I search for the right word, because
Riffler files, Riffle,
the ripple files.
riffle, like
Mm-hmm.
Riffler,
I got
I
ya.
guess. Riffler.
I got ya. I just wanted a
She's
paper to
asking
write.
me to spell, Robbo. Holy man. But yeah, them are great for getting in little nooks and crannies you can't get into with sandpaper.
Oh, you do? Can you see? I wrote it there.
All right, add a ER at the end of riffle.
Yeah, they're called Riffler files. Riffler.
Oh, okay.
Unless you Yanks, of course, decide to drop the R off the end.
No, not
Well,
that I
I'm
know
Well,
of.
you might as
Swedish.
well,
I
since
don't
you
know.
don't put a U in there, since the rest of the world thinks that everything's got to have a U in it.
Yeah, well, that's right, they do. Now, just hold on a minute, everybody. Lewis says that Dark and Eva are playing I'll Show You Mine If You Show Me Yours.
Oh my.
And it doesn't pay to be married to Effie to get her to carve you a chess set because he dies. I hand carved my husband a chess set, then he died.
Oh,
Ooh.
Aw. That's too bad, Effie.
that's way too bad. Riffler. Okay. Yeah, I usually turn the L and the E a bit.
Okay.
But I'm Swedish. Hello. I was trying to do a bit of cutting on this one. I haven't finished that one either. You can't see it. It's the light. Ah. Well, there is a nose.
Oh yeah, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Well, that's for my shrinking head, and it hasn't been shrunken yet.
See, Klondike. Now she's showing me her balls.
Oh, there
Just
you
to
Oh, there it is. Very nice.
just to prove a point. That's what they're known as.
Oh, what are you trying to prove now?
In
No.
the chat. In the
The
chat.
spelling. That's the website for Riffler files in England.
I wonder what they translate into Sweden.
Robert just put
Oh,
an M.
you got me there.
Well,
just type in diamond plated files. In Amazon, they should come up. You
Yeah,
guys
Robert.
got Amazon there, right?
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Hard. Yeah, we do actually have Amazon, and they call it mica powder. They call it it's a powder made from dead mice. No reaction.
no, Lewis, I haven't had a chance yet. I'll do it later on this Arvo.
I'm not sure. I could be wrong, but I don't think mica powder and diamond dust are the same thing. Is it?
No.
No, but I was talking about the translations they do on Amazon in Sweden. It's hilarious, and sometimes because they actually did translate mica powder into dead mice. It's a pulver made from mices.
Oh. Okay.
That was funny.
Hey, Robo, I want to ask you a question now. This is kind of a serious question. I was telling you I use a disc on my lathe to sharpen my tools.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Trizac paper?
Trizac's very good paper, actually.
Would it be all right for sharpening tools on, or?
Yeah, well, that's actually what they put on the Solvay ones. I use that.
Okay. All right, because I was going to buy some, and then I got to looking at the prices of it, and I thought, well, damn, that's kind of expensive for one piece of paper if I don't use it.
Yeah.
I didn't.
No, it's pretty expensive, but it does a good job apparently.
Yeah, I was looking at the 3000 grit, but I'm not sure which grit to get.
Hello, Sid.
I'll have to
Hey,
ask the
Sid.
people that have the Sorby that use it.
They
Hey,
are
Sid.
even. That's the Swedish thing for riffler.
I love them things. My son bought them for me for Christmas, along with a lathe bed extension. And I haven't got to use the extension yet because it was too cold to be in the shop before we moved, and then we moved, and now I got to get my shop all back in order before I can turn. So I haven't got to use the extension yet, but I've used the heck out of them Rippler files.
Lewis said he found a box with found a signatured box on the back of a stair riser that is likely 120 years old.
Signature box. Oh yeah, that's in his video. It's a guy's signature. He signed the staircase. It was in the staircase, and he put his name on it. It's in his last video there of he's repurposing a house. It's pretty cool. He's doing a lot of work there, man. Holy smokes. Dirty work too, not nice clean work. Dirty, nasty. Wish you weren't there kind of work.
Just to answer your question there, Effie, where is Jay? Jay is in the background, but he's had a allergic reaction or something like that. He's all swollen up in his face and everything.
He was fine until I came into chat. I don't know what that's all about.
Yep, that's right, Doc. You got
it. Sid says, I was thinking I should get a mascot like Harry, the sloth from Ice Age, maybe. Robert says, haha, I think it would have to.
I see it.
A koala or a kangaroo. Effie says, one of my husbands would put his name on every house that he built and the woodwork.
So I ordered.
Okay.
It was less than $10.
Yeah, they're not expensive, and you won't regret them. That's for sure.
Yeah, I specifically wanted a curved one that looks like a hook or something like that also, because it was special.
Better pay attention to what I'm doing, or I'll cut myself again. Holy man, that hurt.
You are forbidden to cut yourself. You hear? Absolutely forbidden.
I'll do my best.
Just don't get any blood on the wood. It's very hard to get out.
Actually, it's not. It came right off. It must not like sticking to cherry. A few minutes with the Rippler files, it was all gone. I had one whole side of this rose painted red with blood. That was all of maybe 3 seconds worth of bleeding on it. Because I tell you what, man, it was just like turning on a faucet.
Yeah, but fingers have a lot of capillaries or whatever they're called in English.
Capillaries.
Yeah, and they will bleed like, well, crazy.
I'm on blood thinners too, so that don't help.
Nope, that does not make it any better.
If my heart doctor knew I was carving wood, he'd probably tell me to quit.
It depends how clumsy. It depends on how clumsy you are, Doc.
Oh, I'm not really all that bad. I was, in all honesty, wasn't thinking it was just being stupid. and it was the skew. This skew right here slipped and stabbed me right between the fingers.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
No idea, Sid. Sid wants to know what do the sloth, the platypus, and the Cookie Monster have in common.
They're all make believe.
I know the platypus isn't, and neither's the sloth.
The marsupials.
Well, I can't verify the Cookie Monster. He might be LBGT.
They're all
They're all. He said they all named Sid.
that Cookie Monster was Sid. Maybe it must be the Australian Sesame Street.
I never knew the Cookie Monster actually had a name except for the Cookie Monster.
Right, exactly.
That is a good point. I never knew that either.
Yeah, Cookie
Not
Monster.
that I watched much of Sesame Street. My kids were all grown up by the time that came in.
Google it, Sarge. Okay.
Look at that.
I'll Google it.
More trivial information to heck put in the brain, I suppose.
Yeah.
Got to at some point I gotta take him gotta take my Mora and I'm gonna baton this one side off here. And hopefully it doesn't break. Like that way it'll take all that extra wood off fairly fast and I won't have to carve through it. I wish I would have thought about that, like 6 inches before I got there.
Well, planning is everything. Doc?
Yeah.
Dark, I'm surprised you don't have a carver's glove.
I almost bought one when I was at Witchcraft, Dr. Bob. They had them there, and they were fairly expensive. And I thought, well, I ain't cut myself yet. I don't think I need one. And
Yeah,
see
but
what I
you
get.
do. A
Yeah,
hemophiliac, that's a must.
yeah. Well, 4 years of carving, and I've never cut myself. So, well, I mean, I've gotten little nicks and whatnot, but usually it's from just slicing myself. But
if you eat blood thinners, you definitely need to cut to have a glove.
yeah, I'm with
That's
I
what
mean,
your
they're
heart
not that
doctor will tell you.
expensive.
No, I'm
Shop
gonna get
for
one.
them. Shop for them in the culinary section for chefs.
Oh, really? They're cheaper
They
there,
seem
huh?
to be cheaper for chefs, and they're far more flexible than the
They're more
industrial
fine
one.
tuned, maybe.
Yeah, they're a finer mesh, and and you're not a lot of the carving gloves or the heavy gloves for metal work you don't have the flexibility as you do. So get it from the culinary section for chefs.
Okay, I'll do that. Sure. Next time I order, I was planning on getting one anyways. Next time I order on Amazon. So.
All right, just good night. Good night, Lewis. Thanks for
Lewis.
coming in.
Yep.
See you,
Catch
Lewis.
you later.
Night, Klondike. Take care, buddy.
No, I got a friend of mine that I've been teaching wood turning to. He's also a vet, and the VA, the doctor prescribed it, and they got it for him for free.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Lewis says feel better.
Yeah, hopefully.
It is.
What the hell did you get into, Jay? Did you get stung by something or bit by something or?
Nah, it's the we think it might be the blackwood allergic reaction to it.
Oh yeah. Well, I know some people are allergic to different kinds of woods. I
Yeah, well,
think I think Billy over at the Messy Studio there. I think he's allergic to oak and something else. I can't remember what it is, but I know he's allergic to oak.
no, Blackwood's notorious for bringing out allergies in people.
Well, I'm going to have to jump
That's
out,
right.
but I'll be watching. Uh, I got a couple of kids that if I don't get in bed, they won't be up for school in the morning. They're sitting playing D&D and they're trying to be quiet, but I can still hear them.
All right, no worries, Bob.
Catch
Good
you
night, Dr.
tomorrow.
Bob.
Good night,
Good
all.
Oh,
See you, Bob.
thanks for coming in, Dr. Bob.
Oh, yeah. Be glad to see you tomorrow night. Take care, all of you.
Bye-bye.
You too,
Bye.
You
buddy.
too.
If you don't ever come in my shop, I always messing with red cedar in my shop.
Got
Yeah,
it.
apparently, Effie, that's another one that a lot of people are allergic to, cedar.
I got a couple chunks of white, yellow cedar. Yellow. I think it's yellow. It looks white. It looks like white wood, but I guess it's yellow cedar.
Might be
And
that.
my buddy, Redneck Renegade gave it to me, and I haven't done nothing with it yet because I got to cut it down to size to fit on my lathe, and I have trouble with that too because it's like, oh man, I don't want to cut that nice blank up, you know. I got a big chunk of walnut out in the black walnut out in the or dark walnut, whatever you want to call it, out in the shed. I'm gonna end up uh probably giving to a buddy of mine because I don't want to cut it up. I don't want to cut it down to size to fit on my lathe.
I'll be back in a few minutes. I'm going to put a cup of tea on.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna peel off and head to bed.
All right, Sarge. Good night. Thank you. Good night, Ada. Ada.
Good night.
Night, Sarge.
Night,
Night,
night.
Ada.
Thanks for coming in.
Hope you get better, Jay. Hope you get
Yeah.
better.
Stay away from Blackwood.
Yeah. Yeah. Put your wife to work to clean your shop.
Stay sexy,
You'll
Sarge.
never find another tool again.
I'm cleaning it now.
I must know that real well.
I still can't find half my daggone tools.
Oh, I know the feeling there. Holy
And
man.
the bad part is, I was in there when she was doing it. I helped.
I love my wife and she's a remarkable cleaner. But yeah, after she's done you can't find nothing.
I hate it when someone else clean my stuff.
What's even worse is that like I'll look for it for hours. Finally I'll be like, honey, where do you know where this is? And she'll walk right to it. It's right in front of you.
Yeah, because it's not in its normal space for you, so you can't find it.
Right.
Because you couldn't imagine that you could put it even there.
Yeah. That's a lot of it right there. That and I think when people get irritated they don't look as well. You know what I mean?
No. You get tunnel vision, kind of like.
Yeah. Boy, I'm excited for you, Kat. I really am. I'm excited that you're going to be doing some wood carving.
Yeah, I misplaced my wood for the moment also. That's...
It's always tough
it's
when you
okay.
misplace your wood.
I will find it again. It's okay.
I had the same problem. Then I lifted my belly up.
Bloody hell.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's. What did you call it, by the way? Belly what?
I said I said I had the same problem. Then I lifted my belly up.
What is that?
Oh, I'm not
I ha-
explaining that one.
oh, you have to, because I don't have a clue what that is.
It's his stomach,
Oh,
his belly. Had to lift his belly up.
oh,
You can,
lift
you can.
his
I will
belly.
let you fill in the
Great.
blanks, all right?
Yeah,
Now,
thanks,
now
Jay.
I'm with you.
I had no idea how to explain that one.
But I didn't hear he said lift his belly up. That was my problem.
Okay.
You need to speak out of your beard so I can hear what you say.
I'm trying.
Okay, good.
I'm
Ooh,
trying.
that's
I'm
what's
trying.
nasty.
Man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna definitely have to baton that out here pretty soon. Try to, because it's starting to get flimsy, weak. Like,
Hmm.
like I can. You see it?
Can you just wrap
Yeah,
it in a
but
bit
of
of
course it gets like
cloth
that.
tape or something like that?
Do what? Wrap it in tape?
Yeah, like a bit of cloth tape, something to strengthen it while you need to while you're carving down it.
Um.
Yeah, you
Oh,
have to be
I don't
careful
know.
there.
I gotta quit carving on that one area. See that's the
Yeah.
problem. I got too too happy carving down here, and it made it really thin.
Yes.
But you get that you do that when you carve. You get or I wood turning or any project you're working on.
Yeah.
You get focused on what you're doing, and
Yep.
you lose sight of other things.
Just get carried away, don't you? Really?
Yeah, well, I had that all in mind up at the top where the rosebud is up here. As you can see, there's a big difference between the size up here and the size down here. It just keeps on getting smaller and smaller. And
Maybe you went too small too fast. Maybe you need to take off a bit more of
Can
the
I can I
big,
make a
biggest.
suggestion there, Dark?
sure.
How much wood have you got of that left? Is that the only piece you've got, that colour?
Oh no, I have loads of this.
Go get another piece of it and carve out a stem and a leaf and then glue it in that spot where it's thinner.
Oh no, I want it to be all one piece
If you
because
glue it properly and then keep some sawdust, if you can get any sawdust from it, sand a little bit and then rub that in the crack. That it does it hides it. I don't know if it'll do it perfectly, but
yeah, I'm trying to do it all in one piece, Jay. See if I can do it.
yeah.
It's okay. It's not going to break, and it doesn't look bad. And the rest of it has to come down to about that size anyway.
Yeah, but
It's
don't go too thin down there to start with. Just
no, no. I'm gonna leave this be now. Here, it's not bad. It's just a little bit wiggly there. Once I baton this off, it should be all right.
yeah,
Because then there won't be much there left to carve. Um, might be a little bit harder to carve it because of not having nothing down here to hold on to.
yeah. That's what it gets when you want to fine tune it.
Yeah, but it'll be all right. It's gonna turn out all right, and then hopefully I'll make a good video. It's gonna be long though. I mean, here let me see if I can show you. I don't know if I can show you the files or not.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right, let's see. I don't know if I did that right or not, but there's the files. Each one of these, each one of these files is a carving session on this rose. So I'm hoping that
Oh, you made a template or something of it first?
no, these are all video files for video and the carving.
Ah,
I'm even videoing right now, even though it's on pause. I'm videoing what I'm doing right now. This is all hours worth of carving. Each one of these is like between 1 and 2 hours long. So what I got to do is I got to go in and I've got to make everything a lot shorter. Nobody wants to watch an 8-hour movie of somebody
yes.
carving. So
Some people
it,
say the best premieres or times for YouTube films are like 10, 15 minutes. But
well, it can't really
I
do that with
prefer
a
them
carbon
longer.
video.
Yeah,
You
I
can't
prefer them longer.
do that with a carving video any more than you can with a turning. Well, I guess you could do it with a turning video. I mean, but really, you'd really be cutting it close with 10 or 15 minutes with a turning video because you'd cut a lot of it out, and a lot of it would be in high speed. So that's
What
what
have you
that's
done
this will
now,
be.
Jay?
Is this one will be long and it'll still be cut to hell and
You have to
put into
do
high
it
speed.
in the, like 6 times speed. When you're carving, it's gonna be. brrrr.
Yeah, well, sometimes it's more like 16 times.
Yeah.
I'll just be here, but I won't hear anything or anything. I'm talking to my mate. All right.
All right. What have you done there, Jay? Have you glued an apple to a piece of wood?
It looks like it, don't it?
Yeah,
Very
it does.
pretty. Very pretty.
Well,
Is that the cookie jar?
yeah, I was just giving
Oh, it's the.
the handle a bit more of a coating of resin, and then try and stop all this from cracking around here. I put some resin on my finger and just like 5 minute epoxy, and then just wiped it around it. But I was mainly just doing it to try and coat the sides and get right down into the nooks and crannies of that bit, so that it does actually seal it properly, because I would rather, if it's going to be dropped, that nothing come flying off,
Boy,
like
sure is
no
pretty.
pieces.
You know,
It's
I
the
was thinking
novelty dog.
about cleaning your shop, Jay. You got that big fan behind you there, blowing
Yeah,
in probably, right? Take that fan and set it in the doorway, blowing out, and then if you got an air compressor, just start blowing out your shop with the air compressor, and the fan will suck the dust and everything right out of your shop.
I just cleaned it all just before when the camera wasn't on. I put my air mask on as much as I could manage to have it on, and
Right?
I put a set of gloves on too, and then I just went inside after because my shop floor is pretty much clean now. Um, and then I went inside and I washed my arms and hands and changed my t-shirt and washed my face and washed my hair. Rinsed it off a little bit just to get any dust out.
Right.
Good.
So,
Man, that's terrible. I mean, I've been pretty lucky in life. I ain't never been allergic to anything that I know of. But I did run across a piece of wood. It was actually off from a bush, and it didn't break me out or anything. But when you held it, it just felt really icky. You know what I mean? Not like slimy icky, but it just felt. I don't know, like you shouldn't turn it. I guess it just very
how you going,
very.
Pete?
Yeah, good. I was bloody ducked in you, mate. I heard a rumour that he ducked in and all of a sudden he had a reaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, very bad one too, apparently.
Yeah,
I can understand it.
glad
I mean, look at him, the skull cap and everything on. He looks like a bloody rebel.
Ah. Yeah. been a rebel
are you,
most
Eva?
of my life. Got to fight the man. You know what I'm saying?
I'm allergic to fake
Yeah,
fuel.
don't believe you, but I know what you're saying.
Robbo's talking to
You're not that scary,
Bill at the
Doug.
moment. Sid.
Oh, I used to be at one time. I was a pretty.
Sorry, mate.
I used to
Oh,
be an ass. Go
Robbo's
ahead.
talking to Bill at the moment.
Okay.
I used to be a giant butthole when I was younger.
A giant butthole?
Yep.
Well, that hasn't
That's
changed, Doug.
that's a nice way of saying I was an a-hole. Yeah. Well, it's changed a lot actually. I mean, not that I have any problem banning anyone off my channel if they're not being good, but and usually I make fun of them as they leave to go join the people in the blocked room. But other than that, I'm a pretty nice guy now compared to how I used to be. I was a prick.
Yeah, but
I was a
I'm never
prick.
going to let a good story get spoiled by sticking with the text, Doug.
Well, yeah, okay. I can see that. Yeah. But as you get older, you realize, you catch more bees with honey than you do with sauerkraut.
Well, yeah, you do.
Yep.
I mean, I'm not going to go all snowflake or nothing, but
What do you do with them? When trouble is as you get old and you work out how to catch them, you forget what to do with them when you catch them.
yeah, that's for sure. I haven't forgotten yet, but I know there will be a day. Then I'll be sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
When I
wondering
wa-
if I actually should go to bed.
When I was a young man like Robo,
So you're only saying that because he can't hear you.
When you were a young man like Robo.
yeah.
That sounded a bit
Well,
odd.
back when I could take my carbides and turn pens all day long. Just
and again, you're only
just-
saying that because he can't hear you. But
right,
he's going
I
to play
just
this back, and you're going to be in trouble.
I'm just checking to see if he actually could hear us or not.
He couldn't.
Oh man, when I was a young man and wanted to be a master turner, and I grabbed up them carbides and turned them pens out. Oh man. Oh, that'd really get him, wouldn't it? He'd really be upset at that point. Dark. I can hear him now. Growling.
Yep.
I don't fully understand the hatred towards carbides. I mean, I started out with traditional tools. And then I got carbides, and I used carbides for a while, and then I went back to traditional tools. And really, I'm not gonna say that carbides should ever take the place of traditional tools, just from out of experience of using them, both. But hands down, man, carbides are great scrapers. They're great for scraping and working on wood that's really.
Yeah, Robbo says that
hard.
too. Like I said, they've got their place.
Yeah.
Like hollowing tools. Carbides make the best hollowing tools.
Oh, they do. Yep. Yep. Whenever, like,
And
I'm making
they're
a
safe.
box or something.
Or safer as a hollowing tool.
Yeah, I'd think so. I wouldn't want to stick my skew down in anything, that's for sure.
Robbo would, but he'll stick the skew anywhere.
I've made.
He's definitely not listening.
Oh, Oh my. Yeah. You stick that skew up there, boy, you're gonna regret
Hey, Doc, can you pass me your skew or just can you pass me your skew? I've got a tin of paint to open.
Oh, that ain't skew. Hold on.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, ain't that cute? That's a cute little SOB
Isn't it?
that cut the hell out of me. Here's a cuter one.
That a carving tool, is it?
Yeah. There's a smaller one.
Did you get with
Okay.
cold steel in your tools? Because I was kind of wondering if I should have chosen that instead with cold steel.
Gee, Levi, I don't know. I just usually buy them, and if they work good, I use them.
Yeah, they have potential. These they seem to be easy enough to sharpen up them and so on.
Look at that skew, Sid.
Turn it. It's pointy. Oh, there. That was a good angle.
Good goodness
It's
me.
a
I'm
bit crooked.
going to go. I should go all Crocodile Dundee on you with that one. That's not a skew. This is a skew.
Nah, these are for like getting into like the work I did up here. This ridge right here actually has an undercut in it. Kind of hard to show it, but yeah, like
Oh yeah,
like
Robbo's coming back.
up in there too. There's an undercut.
Well,
And that's
stop
what I
talking
use
about turning cardboards and pens and stuff because Robbo's back.
Oh, I never said nothing like that ever.
Play it back, Robbo. You'll see.
Hey, I know what that means, Robo.
Peace, brother.
Yeah.
You got your mic muted so we can't hear you, which may not be a bad thing.
That one's peace. That one's peace off.
Yeah. Yeah, I knew that one.
Yeah, I'm still yakking to my mate. Oh, Jay's gone, has he? I think he might be in a bit of a bad way, actually.
Oh, he popped out totally.